Here at 6 p.m., some Mississippi lawmakers are working to keep cell phones out of classrooms. Action News 5's Garner Montgomery breaks down the potential ban and the impact that could have on students' mental health.
A bill is in the works to require Mississippi schools to adopt policies on prohibiting students' cell phone use during the school day, claiming they cause disruptions and make cheating easier. But the purpose of this bill isn't just to prevent distractions for teachers, but to improve the mental well-being for the students. In a statement, the bill's author, State Representative Kimberly Remick, says, quote, students using these phones while in a learning environment often show an increase in anxiety, and students need healthier social interactions, which include face-to-face interactions with their peers. Dr. Marissa Gray with the University of Memphis says new research backs up that claim.
Our children's brains are being rewired by the amount, the frequency of use of cell phones.
Citing Jonathan Haidt's book, The Anxious Generation, Dr. Gray says cell phone addiction greatly affects developing minds.
In-person, face-to-face communication and interaction between human beings is serotonin building, so another neurotransmitter that we need for growth and development and building community, and that is blocked when we are using technology instead.
The bill would allow schools to develop their own policy. Dr. Gray says schools should consider educating their students on phone addiction so they can learn to moderate their screen time at a young age.
Phones are not going away. We need to be able to teach them the regulatory skills. Even if we say, okay, we're not going to have our phones from 7 to 3 during the school day, do we really want them on them 4 or 5 hours every afternoon? No.
Reporting in DeSoto County, Garner Montgomery, Action News 5.
Just the last hour, the Mississippi State House narrowly passed its education reform and school choice legislation. Now, this would create, quote, education scholarship accounts that could be used at both public and private schools, much like Tennessee's voucher program. The bill passed. It was a close one, 61 to 59. It now heads on to the state Senate. Governor Tate Reeves hinted he would sign this bill if it gets to his desk.